Lays Fly Airport Parking is a proud partner of Hartford Athletic. Save 20% on your airport parking by pre-booking on laysfly.com. It's a beautiful night for the beautiful game. Welcome to Connecticut and Trinity Health Stadium in Hartford for the Hartford Athletic, out of the playoff picture, but kind of in the Western playoff picture because they take on the Oakland Roots, who currently sit in 7th place, the last playoff spot. But look at those numbers. Along with Gary Bailey, I'm Dave Lamont. And Gary, so much going on in the Western Conference. Oakland gets to fire the first shot this evening.
Yeah, look at that. 3 teams on 43 points battling for that 7th and final spot. And don't forget Los Dos are just below Monterey Bay with a game in hand, so they could even come into the picture as well. A really exciting finish to the season in the West.
And Oakland has been in must-win situations now for the last several games. And Gary, they fell behind to Birmingham, but they end up winning a critical match.
Oh, this is a lovely strike from Otar Carlson there. The header's not a good one clear, and he just rifles it in the back of the net with that left foot of his. Such a good strike. And then Memo Diaz with a cross that comes in. Look at this header to give them victory here by 2-1.
Azekar in the 84th minute. As you see the Oakland Roots crowd going nuts, but they finished the last 2 on the road, and Carlson is just the absolute definition of a striker.
Brilliant. 18 goals, 2 assists, 3rd in the goal scorers charts at the moment, and he's on form, 3 in the last 3, and that's what you want going into this fight for the playoffs. You want your star striker to be in good form. What a signing this man has been.
Now Oakland does control their own destiny. Hartford can get in the way of that destiny, and they have been a machine on offense lately.
Yeah, the back there, the Tulu sticking one in the back of the net, the goalkeeper sort of helping them on their way against Tulsa. Their goals against Vegas here, Martinez grabbing one on the day, and then against Charleston, Banshee. Well, Martinez starts it off with this lovely finish. 5 more goals to follow in a 6-3 victory. Yeah,
Andre Lewis had a hat trick. Martinez had a brace in that match. So Hartford Athletic clicking for interim coach Tab Ramos. In the meantime, 100 appearances for Danny Barrera, the captain.
Yeah, brilliant servant he has been for the club. Just 2 goals this season, 6 assists. Normally he gets a lot more, 15 goals over those 100 games, 29 assists, and they rely on him so much.
Now, if Oakland wins out, they're in, but their final 2 games are on the road. First Connecticut, and then next week a tough one in Pittsburgh. But this one's not going to be easy for the Roots tonight. Their playoff futures are on the line.
You've got a life to live, and you don't want to miss a beat. But sometimes it happens. And Trinity Health of New England is ready with comprehensive cardiovascular expertise, delivered with commitment and compassion throughout our network of hospitals and physician offices. So when you trust your care to Trinity, you won't have to hope for the best. You can set your heart on it. Trinity Health of New England. Care that's always there.
Hartford Athletic would like to thank our partners: Goldberg Capital Management, Midline Chiropractic, Baronet Coffee, and Connecticut. And Liberty Bank presents our 11s, and we start with Hartford. And a couple of changes. Edel's back in goal, and Gary, this attack worked so well in the last match.
Yeah, they've kept the 2 up front, Martinez and Juan Obregon Jr. Just the 2 changes, as you mentioned, to the team that put 6 past Charleston. Oakland in goal, Jimmy Slayton to the bench, Asher Pollen is in, and Tom Brewitt goes out.
And Brewitt not even listed as a substitute here for the Roots. We go up top. Obviously, Carlson's going to be the man in the middle there, and this unit has been playing very well as of late.
Fantastic, a 3-4-3 lineup. Just the 1 change from the team that beat Birmingham 2-1. Eduardo Rito goes to the bench, Memo Diaz in. That's an interesting one on the right-hand side because Rito's such a quality player, but so too is Memo Diaz. So a 3-4-3 shape up against a 4-4-2.
And this is just Diaz's 7th start of the season, but if you recall earlier in our pregame, we showed Diaz with a beautiful feed for Azekar and the game-winning goal that put Oakland in this position where they control their destiny. They do not have the tiebreaker on the Rio Grande Valley. They do have it on El Paso. They do have it on Las Vegas Knights. As you see, Elvis Amanovic is our referee tonight. He's ready. And we're off. That's another thing, discipline in this match, especially for Oakland. You can't have anybody get into big trouble here and get a red card this evening and miss the final game of the regular season.
Well, plus you'd be down a man for this, this game, and you can't afford that. It's what, as you mentioned, for Oakland, there's no errors. They've got to play a really good professional game against a Hartford side, which under Tab Ramos now has won 4 of the last 5.
And you see a surprisingly weak shot there from Carlson, wearing the captain's armband again, as Hartford in the blue breaks out. Obregon waiting for help. And his shot blocked. And the Roots, team of many colors. Their last match, they wore silver and black like the old Oakland Raiders.
They're a very, very good side, and as mentioned, both these teams in fact in good form. Hartford 4 wins from 5, Oakland 3 wins and a draw from their last 4. So I think we can expect some fireworks here tonight, because there's a playoff place on the line, because they're two very good teams and they're two very attacking teams as well.
And interestingly, they're two teams, both of them led by interim coaches. Tab Ramos took over for Hartford in August. He's barely been on the job 2 months, not even 2 months, and Noah Delgado taking over. And you mentioned Oakland being a good side. On the conference call with Delgado, he was asked, "Do you think you can win it all?" And he paused and he said, "Yeah, I do."
I guess you have to. I mean, if you're going to make the playoffs, then you're a decent team. You're certainly in the top 7 teams in your conference. And there's days when I look at Oakland, and in fact, a couple of coaches have said to us how these opposing coaches say how they bomb down both wings. They are so good in the attack and with the width, and of course in Carlson they have a great finisher. So, you know, why shouldn't Oakland be able to go on and win it? They might need a touch of luck. But look what happened to Orange County last year. Not many people thought they would go on and win it, myself included. And they did. They were just fantastic.
San Antonio is locked down, the first seed in the West, and therefore the first round bye in the USL playoffs, presented by Hisense. Let's get to our Hoffman Auto Group keys to the game, Gary.
Well, for Hartford and for Tab Ramos, he's looking for consistency. You know, the last game they conceded 3 but won 6-3. They lost 3-0 before that. They won 3-0 before that. He's like, you know, this team have their moments where they're brilliant, but also where they don't defend well. So he wants consistency. As far as Noah Delgado is concerned, he wants focus on defense, because he says, my team can score goals. I know that. We just must be careful not to concede and have to come back from being 1-0 down, like we did against Birmingham Legion.
So you had a Pollen with the foul there, and a free kick opportunity here. Looks like Charlie Dennis will go left-footed, and Carlson, in addition to being a great striker, is also tall. So that's just another weapon in his arsenal. "53 degrees if you're wondering why there's folks in jackets and even a couple of ski caps out there. Hartford unable to clear, and in the back of the net, a stunning start. Oakland leads 1-0.
That's a brilliant long-distance strike there from just outside the box. It might have caught Yannick Otel a little bit by surprise, because he seemed to be late diving for the ball, but it's a fantastic strike on the front foot. From the set piece, it's headed clear. It's not dealt with by Andre Lewis, and then look at the power behind it. I think it goes under the goalkeeper's right hand, to be 100% honest.
You know, Azekar has now scored the last 2 goals for the Roots.
Yeah.
That's his 9th on the year.
One with the head, one with the right foot from Azekar. But I do think the goalkeeper, Yannick Otel, will look at that and think he could have done better.
Well, Hartford let down. They could not clear the ball cleanly. In fact, it was Andre Lewis who lost control of it, and Azekar, kind of a why not shot, and he showed he knew exactly what he was doing.
Well, Noah Delgado said, I don't want to be behind chasing the game. Well, they're ahead. Now it's up to them to defend it from here.
That's Prince Sadie, number 7 in the blue. Dangerous opportunity there. Lewis not able to do anything with it. And Oakland up early in a match that, and again, they've kind of been in the playoffs, Gary, for the last couple of weeks, trying to fight for these final 2 spots in the Western Conference. So they should be used to playing these types of games where every tick of the clock matters.
But most wonderful thing for them is it's under their control. They know that 2 wins guarantees them, because of the head-to-head situations with the teams around them. 2 wins guarantees them a place in the playoffs. So, you know, as a professional, you want to know, okay, that's fair enough. You know, it's 2 tough games, but at least we're not hoping that other teams, you know, drop points. We just have to win our 2 games. So far for Oakland, so good.
It also makes it easy on scoreboard watching. You only have to really watch one, right? I mean, yes, they want to know what's going to go on later tonight. Then you've got a couple of important matches. RGV and Phoenix, they're watching this intently, or watching the result intently as they prepare for their match tonight. Monterey Bay and Tulsa. Monterey's in a very tough spot. They've actually lost some of the good form they were playing on, but they're not eliminated yet. And El Paso and Orange County is an interesting match. That's all coming up. All of that later on tonight. And Los Dos taking on Atlanta United 2 in a West Coast special.
Yeah, for El Paso, they were beaten 4-1 by Colorado Springs Switchbacks. They need to bounce back from that if they want to make the playoffs. And interesting, Monterey Bay refusing to go to play their match against Las Vegas. So I'm not sure how that's going to play out from a points perspective, but if they do lose all 3 points, that's going to hit Monterey Bay very hard.
Trinity Health of New England is proud to be the official medical provider and title partner of Hartford Athletic, always committed to providing the best healthcare experience every day for every patient. Trinity Health of New England, care that's always there.
Sorry, it wasn't Monterey Bay at Las Vegas. Monterey Bay, I think, at FC Tulsa is the match that was postponed.
Okay, there you go. Dennis. He'll fire, and it's off to the leaves. Boy, that's some beautiful fall foliage right there. Get a good look at Yannick Odell's giving up Odell rather. His 18th start, 4 clean sheets. He will not get a 5th, not tonight. An early goal from Juan Carlos Azagar, his 9th of the season, in Oakland, keeping the heat on. See Carlson hand up in the middle. He wants some service. Another shot, and then right at the goalkeeper from Formella. And a good position there for Ettel.
Just have a look at this again, and they are putting pressure on, aren't they, Oakland? And I'm guessing that the coach would have said to them beforehand, as we see Formella's effort there, just not enough power on it, and at the goalkeeper. They'll probably have said, you know what, guys, they've got nothing to play for. Hartford, they've reached the end of the season. Yes, they're playing for individual contracts, but they can't make the playoffs. Let's get at them. Let's get 2 or 3 ahead. Let's bury them. Let's get this job done. And, you know, because we have the emotion, we have the desire, we're playing for something. That, I'm sure, would have come into his rousing pre-match speech.
And they've decided to go back to California after this match and then travel back to Pittsburgh. So this is where you might have just stayed on the road the whole time, but they're going to go ahead and go home and get back to their own beds for a few days before they head out again to take on what's not going to be a very fun game for them against the Pittsburgh Riverhounds, who have nailed down a spot in the East, and it's going to be a difficult way to finish the season.
It will be very difficult because Pittsburgh is still battling for a good position in the East, and they're going to want to pick up the 3 points. They've got Detroit City 1 point ahead of them, having played the extra match, so they'll be going all out to beat Oakland, no doubt, when they meet up.
But right now Hartford has not really been able to get any kind of offense going, and perhaps this is certainly going to help. A free kick opportunity here set up by Obregon.
See a lot of contact. Let's have a look here. There's a hand on the shoulder, I guess, from Memo Diaz, and that's probably just enough for the referee to feel that there was an infringement.
The falling down always makes the call easier too. Let's be honest. There you get a look at the captain making his 100th appearance for Hartford Athletic, David Barrera. Take a conservative approach. Barrera sprinting into position, but the kick never got there.
It's interesting what Barrera did there, because in playing it square, he ran into the box, and obviously he's not picked up. Everybody else is marked up. He tried to be the free player running into the box, but the ball never reached him. But creative thinking from Danny Barrera.
Hartford was looking for a whistle, and the referee was not offering it. Good crowd on hand, great conditions. Actually, you know you're getting later in the year. There's a overnight frost warning for some parts of Connecticut and Massachusetts. But it won't be. In fact, I would imagine you just run around all night in these conditions.
Some of the players in other matches that we've done recently were saying that it's this time of the year when they know it's playoff time, when it gets a little bit cooler and they know that all the big excitement is laying just ahead of them.
Sprinting into position, that's Diaz. Laying it off, Feka, and Feka with it again. And possession. Already with the early strike from Azekar. Formella and Diaz. Right now, the Roots just doing whatever they want. And you know that Otter Carlson is just waiting for the opportunity as Oakland sends it all the way back to Paul Blanchette. First time we mentioned his name tonight.
He'll be looking to have a good game. Blanchette made a bit of an error last week for the first goal that put them a goal down against Birmingham, although he made some really good saves after that, to be fair to the goalkeeper. But as a keeper, you never like to make mistakes. I expect him to be on form tonight.
Barrera chipping into the box, and Blanchette on form right there as he'll hang on. A sliding stop.
Yeah, good save from the goalkeeper. Nice and brave. You can see, I think he took a bit of a whack in the stomach at the same time, but right on cue, the man in red pops up with a really good save. Danny Barrera, head up, looking to slide the ball through, does it absolutely perfectly. And the goalkeeper reads it, yeah, takes the shot in the stomach. And Ariel Martinez following up, but Blanchette's got his hands on the ball.
How difficult, Gary, is it if you're a keeper to stay focused on the match when you go through a long, quiet stretch with nothing happening in your end?
You've just got to keep yourself focused. I used to shout and scream at my centre backs. I've no doubt they couldn't hear me. It made no difference. I just try to feel like I was being useful, tell them where to stand, who to watch out for. The last thing you can afford is to daydream and let your mind wander. So it's just, you know, it's something you learn to do.
Pressure again coming from Hartford Athletic. Martinez, who had 2 goals in the win over Charleston, and again, the Hartford crowd anyway, not satisfied with the referee. We ask you to please join us in helping founding partner the Hartford celebrate nearly 75 years of educating children about fire safety with their Junior Fire Marshal program. Visit juniorfiremarshal.com to learn more. Speaking of people who are on fire in a sporting sense, Carlson had a touch there for a little bit before giving it back.
And Diaz coming into the team. And he's got a lot to prove, especially given that he's playing in place of Rito, who for me is just a wonderful athlete, getting up and down that touchline.
Continued pressure. Carlson unable to handle that pass, and Hartford takes possession, but turns it up. I thought for a second Diaz was going to get that, and here comes the counter punch, and Blanchette aggressively off his line. Barrera controlling things for Hartford. Chance for a shot here, and it's going to go wide.
Wow, that wasn't too far away. That seemed to be bending so much there from Prince Sadie, who's been in really good form recently. Prince Sadie, 2 assists in the Charleston match. Thought he was absolutely wonderful down that right-hand side. Cuts in here and bends it with the left. Difficult to see just how close or far, but get a better idea there. Blanchett seems to have left it as if he knew it was going wide, but I'm not so sure.
That last angle showed that it was closer than I first thought.
A good little moment there for Hartford, and any Oakland fans watching, don't write off this team. That under Tab Ramos, they've become a much better side. They were converting 12% of their shots before Tab took over. They're now up to 16%, which is one of the top 10 in the USL. So they're much more aggressive up front. Ariel Martinez, as you mentioned, scoring a couple of goals in 2 of the last 3 matches. And that hat-trick from Andre Lewis. So they can score goals, this team in blue.
There's a whistle and a bump in the back by Apollon. Will draw a free kick in a dangerous position. Carlson, wearing the captain's armband, which he's been doing lately, must be arguing for a card, but he's also giving everybody a chance to rest.
Lindo Mfeka is such a clever player with the way he controls the ball and the way he moves. In the previous match against Birmingham Legion, he was pulling all the strings in the middle of the pitch.
And he did get a card. So a good job by Carlson to help lobby for that, and successfully. So we'll see. We'll go with the left foot of Dennis, or maybe Mfeka, number 10. Who was the player who was fouled. Dennis here. They go short. Give and go. This is interesting play. Mfeka sliding shot. Couldn't get much on it. It is swept away by Budari, but it will be the first corner kick of the match. And it'll go to the Oakland Roots.
It's a crucial intervention from Budari, because that was a well-rehearsed move. Dennis plays it, and the ball comes straight back to Mfeka, who'd been standing next to Dennis until that was taken. Look at his face. He's telling you that he knew that was within inches of going straight back into the box and maybe ending up as a goal. A wonderful move from Oakland Roots.
Very creative. You really have to watch for Carlson here, and they have hands all over him to the point where the referee has to step in. And Apollon is the guy he's talking to, who just got a yellow. He is, you know, if he wants a short evening, it's going to happen. Dennis, not effective. But it will earn an argument, is what it's going to earn here. The referee's assistant calling for a throw-in. Dennis wanted the corner kick. And it's not going to change, so let somebody else do it. Still get the sense, Gary, though, that Hartford is mainly on their heels.
Yes, I think that's credit to Oakland Roots. They've been able to push forward, attack. They've got an energy, making it difficult for Hartford, but I figured Hartford still want to finish above the 2 teams next to them, Tulsa and Indy 11. They want to go from 10th to 8th if they can in the East. They've got something to fight for here tonight.
Good switch here to wide open for the Roots. Looking for Carlson, swept away by Tulu. See if Hartford Athletic can find their offense. Obregon, and they have offense. 6th in their last match against the Battery. Some good close-in passing, but not enough on that one, and Oakland will take over. And it's going to be a foul. Joel Johnson will be hit with that. Well, we tell you about Hartford Athletic. We'd like to thank Nuovo Pasta, Connecticut, and Citizens Bank for supporting our Goals for Meals program. Every Hartford Athletic goal scored this year, Nuovo Pasta and Citizens Bank will donate meals to Food Share Connecticut. Hernandez shaking a bit. And stepping in there at that time was Yannick. And we have a player down for the Roots. Was that Carlson?
I think it's Memo Diaz. He was trying to cross the ball and follow through, and I think he caught the studs of the defender. He's slowly getting to his feet. I'm sure he'll be fine.
That is Carlson.
Hartford just managing to get their foot on the ball a little bit more the last couple of minutes. As you quite rightly said, they've been defending virtually since kickoff, but they just need to pass the ball around, keep possession, and slowly they can work their way back into this match.
Switch to the right side, worked one time before. Budari this time will drop it off to Barrera. Clever little ball there for Budari, but excellent job defensively to get in the way. However, it's going to be a corner kick coming up for Hartford Athletic.
It's a few times we've seen Yunus Budari working down that right-hand side, and that's what they want to do, get him attacking. So far it's been the wide players, Azakar and Memo Diaz of Oakland Roots, who've been able to push forward. And Joel Johnson's another one, such a clever player. And when he gets going down the left-hand side, he can be a massive threat.
4 goals this year for Johnson, who will take this corner. Not a lot of build-up here for him, the momentum-wise. Bank of America presenting this corner kick. Barrera, he'll go right back to Johnson and try to do this all over again. He's got a lot of blue in the box. But nothing comes out of it. And Blanchette will sweep it out. Well, Carlson had a whack at that, but really couldn't do much with it. He was all by himself.
There was a little moment there when Asher-Pollen missed that ball going through, and you thought, is Carlson going to get past him? But he recovered, and by then Tulu was back as well. So they managed to defend the situation.
Terrific crowd on hand on a beautiful evening in Connecticut. Speaks to the fans because their Hartford team's out of the playoff picture, but they are still here tonight to cheer on their side.
Now, they haven't had much to cheer on this season. They really have battled. They've got a home record where they've won 7 out of their 16 games. Not the best home record, although it's better than their away record, because it hasn't been the best of seasons. There they are, just great support. Wonderful to see them turn out.
Got some room here for Lewis. Thought he might go ahead and try to blast away from distance, but instead he gives it up. Pollen being marked by Diaz. That's going to sail to the other side. Budari will hustle over and keep it into play. And that gives us a chance to tell you about Hartford Athletic. We'd like to thank our founding partners, Travelers. Thanks to Travelers, presenting partner of our Community Champion program. Children from underserved communities throughout Greater Hartford are able to come to the matches free. Mentioned possession, it's pretty obvious that it's like 60-40 right now in favor. Actually, it's dipped a little bit, 55-44, but still pretty dominant for Oakland.
It is, but they're slowly working their way back into this match, Hartford. They're a team. When we spoke to Tab Ramos, he says, all I'm doing right now is evaluating. I'm improving the team, and I'm evaluating. That cross goes well over the bar, unfortunately for Oakland Roots. He says, I'm evaluating every single player. Everyone's contract needs to be reconsidered, and he said that's what the major job is at the moment. So whilst most of the glory awaits Oakland Roots, and the playoffs isn't available for Hartford, contracts are, and that means a lot when you have to put food on the table. So expect Hartford to come back and fight and make this really tough for Oakland Roots.
Well, another game going on that kicked off the same time of ours is also 1-0. Charleston, that's a team that's absolutely looking forward to next year. They got new management getting ready to take over, and they lead Indy 11-1-0. But from the Oakland perspective, the matches that will affect their mood and their sleep tonight coming up after this.
it could be a fantastic night
Yes.
for them when you think about it, Dave, because if they win this and other results go their way, I don't know if they can be confirmed as in the playoffs, but certainly they could be extremely close to being in the playoffs. And for example, if RGV aren't able to beat Phoenix, if El Paso drop points, if LA Galaxy 2 don't win, if all those results go Oakland's way, it's a lot of ifs. And of course, the biggest if of the whole lot is if they can keep this lead, then they can go to sleep very well tonight, I would think.
Yeah, they do control their destiny. They have the tiebreaker on El Paso, who plays tonight against Orange County, but they do not have the tiebreaker with RGV. And should Las Vegas sneak in or get threatening position, Oakland does have the advantage on Las Vegas. And interesting decision there by Mfeka just to grab the ball after the whistle. He was fouled.
I think a little lecture there to Joel Johnson, 2 fingers up. I can only assume he's saying that's been 2 infringements now. I'm going to book you on the next one, because you don't always have to book for one bad infringement. You can book for continually infringing.
Oakland on the goal by Azakar in the 18th minute. Looking for Carlson there and just missed on the header. The goal kick coming up. Also Tampa Bay and Loudoun. No tallies yet. And Monterey Bay and Tulsa, they have yet to kick off. And Tampa Bay and Loudoun just getting started, so that's why we don't have a score. And that's the one that's postponed. That's right, Gary. So that is on the list of games, but will not be happening today.
And I'm not quite sure of all the details of why it was postponed, but from what I glean, it was Monterey Bay players refusing to go, I believe, for some racial comments made against their team in the past, I presume by Tulsa. And as such, I don't know what that means in terms of who gets the points and how it works out, but wouldn't it be a horrible situation for Monterey Bay to get so close to the playoffs and then lose over a game like this that you know, are unable or choose not to play? And it reminds me of San Diego. I think it was last season, or season before last, was it, when there was homophobic slurs made against their players and their game was ended, and they lost the points. So it's not the first time in the USL this has happened, and it's tough for the players if this actually ends up keeping them out of the playoffs.
The Lyco Office Furniture is a proud sponsor of Hartford Athletics. For over 40 years, Lyco Office Furniture has been furnishing startup to Fortune 500 companies all over New England. Go to lycoinc.com for more information. Foul against Hartford there. As Formella taken down. Oakland really has only had one decent opportunity. That was the effort that led to a corner kick by Memo Diaz. But other than that, they've been kind of quiet since the goal. And Paul Blanchette tested once seriously, and he made the play. Johnson. Budari with one assist on the year. Everyone getting a touch there. Martinez.
Well, this is a very resilient Oakland side. They went down 1-0 at home to Birmingham Legion, got themselves back to 1-1 through that Carlson goal that we showed at the beginning of the match, or in the build-up to the match. And then eventually, only towards the very end, in 84th, around about that minute, that they got the winner. So they know how to work a game. They know how to work right to the end. And this is a very good Oakland side that I think have every chance of making the playoffs yet again for the second time in 2 years in their existence.
They built a terrific fan base too in the Bay Area. Ball through here. I couldn't see if the flag was up, but it doesn't matter. There's a goal kick coming up, but that time Budari breaking loose. Might have been offside.
That's a very, very, very good chance here. This is Andre Lewis with the ball being played through to Budadi, and he just can't get on the end of that. That's great vision from Budadi there.
And you saw the flag was down, so he was considered onside by the referee's assistant. We've seen some flashes of creativity from Hartford Athletic. Just not able to find too much rain on Blanchette's goal at the moment.
At the moment, but last match 6 goals they scored, so they can be creative this side. And you saw Andre Lewis, they were trying to thread that ball through for Budadi. He got the hat-trick in the last match, and he's in great form at the moment. So a long way. Oakland Roots fans, don't jump to any conclusions. Long way to go yet.
No, keep the bubbly on ice. Lewis here. 1v1 with Jose Hernandez. Now help comes over. And a bit of a bad pass. Little lapse. And it'll be Oakland ball on the throw-in. 18 goals in the last 6 matches for this Hartford side. So you almost expect them to find the back of the net at some point. Got a good look there at Noah Delgado.
He's been put in a difficult position. I'm sure it's a position he loves, to be the head coach, but taking over from his very good friend Juan Guerra, who was doing a good job beforehand. And we did ask him emotionally what it was like, and he said, you know, he's a very good friend of Juan Guerra, but his job is just to steady the ship now. He said he's not going to change too much, and hasn't changed too much. Just a few little personal changes in exercises, perhaps, but I think it's never easy to take over from a coach that you hold in high esteem and is a good personal friend. It seems to be a different situation for Tab Ramos. He's come in from the outside. Was at Houston, and with the youth set up at USA international level, he's come in with a fantastic track record and a lot of experience. And I think Hartford fans and certainly the ownership feel that the next season is going to be a very big one for this club.
Located in Windsor, Connecticut, Day Hill Dome will feature the region's only full-size indoor field plus multiple outdoor fields. Visit dayhilldome.com for more information. I'm Dave Lamont. Gary Bailey, International Man of Mystery, also on the broadcast, and our terrific group. 1-0 Oakland over Hartford in a match that, well, Oakland's been in must-win situations for a couple of weeks now. They do control their destiny for a playoff spot in the West. A chunk of teams in the West with 43 points, and a delayed call by the official. He wanted to see how it turned out, as Ariel Martinez in some pain there.
He's been in great form, Ariel Martinez, and just besides the last game, getting 3 goals there for the 36-year-old, as we see the connection on his back. He scored 7 goals in the last 9 games. That's a brilliant run. It's difficult to say if that is a foul for me, because he hasn't got a control of the ball there, Martinez. But anyway, bodies came together. Referee, probably why the referee took some time. There is Tab Ramos, top-class player in his day, played in Spain for Real Betis, was an assistant coach for the US national team with Jurgen Klinsmann, played for the Metro Stars as well. 81 caps for the USA. What's a legend?
Took over August 22nd. Free kick. A lot of traffic. And we're going to get a whistle here. And a foul against Hartford. Only 1 yellow card so far in the first half. That was to Epilon for Hartford Athletic. And Hartford Athletic is proud to partner with Baronet Coffee, a 4th-generation family-owned business. Founded in 1930, Baronet roasts and sells only the finest specialty coffees. Go to baronetcoffee.com and save 20% on your first order with the code Hartford Athletic. Martinez trying to maybe take a shot from distance. Instead, he sets up a pass that ended up not going well at all. The decision made by Apollon not work out. Maybe trying to reach Andre Lewis. Communication not there.
But let's just credit Hartford, though. They have worked their way back into this match. This first 10-15 minutes, it was all Oakland, including the goal. And at that point, I'm thinking for Oakland, they want to try and get a second and get some distance between themselves and Hartford, because you know Hartford is the home side. And under a coach as good as Tab Ramos are going to come back at you. Well, that's what the team in blue are beginning to do now more and more.
Yeah, the way this started, it looked like Oakland was just going to kick the door down. Because even after the goal, they were hyper-aggressive. But there's no doubt that Hartford has leveled this match everywhere except the score. Crowd will tell you their unhappiness with that whistle. The foul called against Hartford.
That's Joel Johnson again. The referee did give him a warning and saying you're totting these up, and eventually there's going to be one too many. So Joel just needs to be extremely careful now, because once you're on a yellow, then every tackle that follows you have to be super careful with. So you want to avoid getting on the yellow in the first place, obviously. And he's extremely close as Joel Johnson.
Well, he lost control of that. Went over the line. Jadama could not maintain control and sets the Roots up in a pretty decent position here for the throw-in.
That's poor defending from Jadama. He allows the ball to bounce, and then he tries to get clever and drags it over the line. Possession lost in a rather dangerous area.
Memo Diaz. Carlson. Give and go. Carlson in position, and he was well defended. Corner kick coming up, but that was very dangerous, and Hartford saved the day for the moment there.
That's brilliant defending. I think it's Asher Pollen there who gets back and just stops Carlson, because Carlson plays a little 1-2. Plays it there, he goes for it. Asher Pollen just getting goal side of him and hooking that ball clear. Great defending.
So Dennis. See if he launches into the crowd or plays this one short. Far post. Let's see, this is an interesting call for the ref. No, it's not. He decides it's going to be off of the head of Funmeyer. And Hartford distributing very quickly. Trying to get a spark here. Switch to their left. That's Obregon. Kind of a harmless ball there from Obregon, but be careful. Yeah, it's going to turn into a mistake by Oakland. Barrera. They've worked that right side effectively, but good coverage that time by Formella, number 9 for the Roots. And a call against Hartford.
It's just hard to see how much contact there is there, if any, but the referee deciding there was enough to at least blow the whistle. And it's clever playing away from Oakland. They're just trying to slow the game down now, take the free kicks. Every bump you get, go to ground, see if you can get the referee to blow your way. Just allows him just to stop Hartford from getting up ahead of steam.
If you watch this game from the beginning, you might be surprised that it's still only 1-0. But the game has settled down after a frantic start and an early goal by Azakar.
Okay, just going back to that goal, I think that's partly goalkeeper error from Yannick Uthel. I think when we get to see the replay again at half-time, you'll see that it sort of somehow sneaked under his right hand. Decent strike, of course, from Juan Azúcar. No doubt about that, but the goalkeeper will probably feel that given that chance again, he could save it. He's a goalkeeper who's on loan from New England Revolution's Yannick Oetel. Started out in Germany with Augsburg, so he's got good credentials in terms of his youth football.
There's an opportunity coming up now here for Hartford in the 42nd minute as Badari was taken down by the heels, at the heels. And they put it into play very quickly, Barrera did. Trying to get Oakland maybe slightly offset. Shot there, Blanchett equal to that.
Prince Saidi just went past his defender like the defender wasn't there. How quick can Prince Saidi be at times down that right-hand side for Hartford? They've got to try and get more ball out to the winger because his pace is electric.
Well, Hartford Athletic would like to extend a special thanks to our partners, Jim Beam Bourbon and Juanitos Plata Tequila. Lewis, boy, that was dangerous. If Morad didn't turn around quickly, and it turns into a mistake. Apollon. And it's going to be headed over the goal, but that looked a little bit like one of the goals they scored against Charleston, I believe, right? The similar area for service and attempted a header.
It is a dangerous turnover, and you're right. It's a beautiful ball in. Juan Obregon Jr. just heading over. Does well to actually win the header at the far post, but he's going backwards. He's claiming it's a corner, but very difficult when you're going backwards to get power on the header. And that's a decent effort. Once again, a little reminder to Oakland Roots defenders that this is a talented Hartford side, and they're going to have to try and restrict those opportunities for the team in blue.
The team coming off the 6-goal performance against Charleston Battery. Now, admittedly, a Battery team that's struggling a bit. Not the level of Oakland Roots, but still. Dennis will chip, and it's rejected. And Moretti may just play this back to Blanchett, and Martinez made Blanchett get rid of it quickly. And Edel will handle that easily. We'll get a decision here shortly on stoppage time. That's a hard takedown. That's going to be a yellow card. Azúcar gets the yellow. So he's having an interesting night. A goal and now a yellow card.
Just wondering if this is necessary in your opponent's half. Do you really need to stick your foot out? And is it, you know, he's having a little nibble there. Doesn't get anywhere near the ball as a car. Save that for the edge of your box when you have to make that tackle. But in your opponent's half, getting a yellow card, and now you've got to be extremely careful. And you mentioned it early on. You said don't get any sendings off if you're Oakland. You've got to manage this game professionally for 90 minutes. Well, Azúcar now has more than half of the game where he has to watch every single tackle he makes from now on.
And maybe that influences how Noah Delgado substitutes as well.
Yep. Every chance that he might think of bringing Azúcar off later on in the game just to prevent a second yellow, because we all know it gets chippy towards the end of these games and players are diving in, they're getting tired, and also there's the 3 points at stake. So he's going to have to protect Azúcar, you would think.
We are into Brignoli Vineyards stoppage time. 1 minute from our referee. Lewis. Apollon in front, but nothing there. Diaz tried to head it away. Barrera distributing again. Apollon, who's been very active on that left side. But good marking there forced him to start over. Chidama will have it at midfield. Running out of time. Expect the ref to check his watch any second. He did. So Juan Carlos Azucar's 9th goal of the season has given Oakland the lead. They are halfway to a much needed 3 points, as currently they're in the Western playoff race, and they control their destiny for the final 2 games of the season. But Hartford has fought back to make this a much tighter affair than it looked like it was going to be in the beginning.
Yep, just be careful of Hartford. They've scored at least 3 goals in 5 of their last 6 matches. I think there's a brilliant second half still to come there. Hartford will come out firing. Oakland will be looking to get a second. Don't go anywhere. Don't miss this second half. This is going to be something spectacular, I think.
Will the Athletic be playoff spoilers and wound the Roots, or can Oakland pick up the 3 points and put one more layer of cement, one more brick in that wall? Second half is coming up. We've got a lot for you at halftime, though.
You've made changes, smart choices, a commitment. So this can be hard to understand. But at Trinity Health of New England, we do. Throughout our hospitals and physician offices, our dedicated weight management team provides expert guidance and care for a successful, personalized journey to better health. Because we understand it's not about what you hope to lose, but all you can expect to gain. Trinity Health of New England. Care that's always there.
Chilly evening, fall evening in Connecticut, as the Hartford fans still supporting their side, even though they're out of the playoffs. Right now, they've watched an intense game with Oakland on the goal by Azucar, up 1-0. Let's take a look at the Eastern bracket, Gary. We haven't talked a whole lot about the East so far yet tonight, but this is if the playoffs start today. Now, Lou City, they're going to be number 1, and the playoffs, of course, presented by Hisense. But there's some, I mean, that opening match right there, if that holds up, Memphis-Miami could be spectacular.
I think everyone is spectacular. Yeah, Memphis, yet number 2 seed, but Miami have been getting better and better all season. Tampa Bay, perennially a fantastic team, but Pittsburgh Riverhounds, they can grind out results. We know how tough they are. Birmingham Legion have been a really, big surprise team, but the biggest surprise team of all, of course, has been Detroit City. First season in the USL, and they've finished or about to finish in 5th spot, depending on the final games. Absolutely brilliant season by Detroit City. So I think every one of these games is going to be spectacular.
We're all hoping it ends up Louisville and Memphis, just to see what happens. All right, San Antonio has already nailed down the number 1 position. Looks good for San Diego for number 2, particularly with a game in hand on the switchbacks. But as you work your way down, now, Oakland, I believe, we've already given them the 3 points. That's how the standings are done at USL Championship. So you see what would happen, however, if they hang on to this result, they would jump into 5th place.
Yep, they've got to hang on to it first, and that's going to be a big ask away at Hartford. And of course, you've got to keep an eye on all the other teams. New Mexico United in 5th spot. They're not guaranteed a spot there. Neither are RGV in 6th. El Paso are just outside, knocking on the door, as is Las Vegas and Los Dos. Even Phoenix Rising mathematically can still make that 7th spot. So it's going to be super exciting in the West.
Yep, El Paso taking on Orange County tonight. El Paso very much in this race. There's so much yet to come. So this USL playoff bracket presented by Hisense, you know it's going to change. And it may change tonight because Oakland is in position to leave this pitch in 5th place. But can they?
I'm on that routine. I'm on that routine.
Goes topic speakers. I mean, yeah, let's talk about
Stop it.
Today when we go topics.
Roll it down. I am.
You don't need a car to listen to Sirius XM. You can listen anywhere. You know that, right?
What? Kevin Hart's Laugh Out Loud Radio.
Kevin, you could use your phone.
What? What?
Alexa, play Kevin Hart's Laugh Out Loud Radio on Sirius XM.
What?
This is how I know you're getting old. I guess that was it.
What?
Welcome to Tampa Bay. Here he comes. Cross score. Fernandez. And the Rowdies are on the board.
And it's into the back of the net. El Paso waited for their moment.
Far corner and it's in. What a goal. Are you watching Football Americas?
You strive to stay on top of your health, but you can't always see what's coming. So whether you're ready or not, we are. At Trinity Health of New England, offering you expert orthopedic care throughout our hospitals and physician offices, whenever you need us, for whatever it is. You didn't plan on the pain, but you can make your next move an easy one. Trinity Health of New England. Care that's always there.
So there you see the situation as everybody getting settled back in after grabbing a drink and a hot dog as Oakland Roots lead on the goal by Azekar, which we'll see in a little bit. Over Hartford Athletic 1-0 as Oakland tries to firm up their spot in the Western Conference playoffs presented by Hisense. So San Antonio's #1, Louisville City, after some drama in the last 10 days or so, nails down the East top seed. And we talked about it, and we will continue to talk about the 3 spots up for grabs in the West. 8 teams still in the race entering the weekend. You're watching one of them tonight. And yes, a little bit later on tonight, RGV, one of those teams, in Phoenix, another one of those teams. A win for RGV will eliminate Phoenix and give RGV an opportunity. And they do have an advantage on Oakland in the tiebreak. So we talked about Lou City and Detroit. Detroit losing to Lou City. Memphis and Rio Grande Valley with a very important draw. That was critical. And you see switchbacks, as Gary mentioned earlier, dominating El Paso. That also helped Oakland. Indy 11 Charleston Battery playing right now. They are level at halftime, and Tampa Bay is taking the lead on Loudon through 22 minutes.
And I think that Indy 11 result, Hartford will be keen to see a Charleston Battery win. That helps them maybe jump over Indy 11 and even over FC Tulsa and finish in that 8th spot.
Also tonight, let's not forget about El Paso, Orange County, and Las Vegas taking on Miami, and LA taking on Atlanta United 2. Coming up tomorrow, Red Bulls 2 and 901 FC. On Sunday, also Birmingham Legion in San Antonio, Sacramento and Pittsburgh, San Diego Loyal and New Mexico United, the Rowdies on Wednesday against El Paso. That's a big game for El Paso. And Birmingham and Indy 11, all of that on ESPN+. So 1-0, we'll go through the first half highlights for you and the numbers on a very important match for Oakland. While Hartford plays look ahead to next year, Oakland plays look ahead to next game.
There's comfort in routine, and discomfort can be a disruption. But Trinity Health of New England is here to help with an experienced urology team offering advanced diagnostics and treatment expertise throughout our hospitals and physician offices. Because if something is keeping you from living well, you deserve better and the very best care to make it happen. Trinity Health of New England. Care that's always there. You've got a life to live, and you don't want to miss a beat. But sometimes it happens. And Trinity Health of New England is ready with comprehensive cardiovascular expertise, delivered with commitment and compassion throughout our network of hospitals and physician offices. So when you trust your care to Trinity, you won't have to hope for the best. You can set your heart on it. Trinity Health of New England. Care that's always there. You've made changes, smart choices, a commitment. So this can be hard to understand. But at Trinity Health of New England, we do. Throughout our hospitals and physician offices, our dedicated weight management team provides expert guidance and care for a successful, personalized journey to better health. Because we understand it's not about what you hope to lose, but all you can expect to gain. Trinity Health of New England. Care that's always there.
Fly Airport Parking is a proud partner of Hartford Athletic. Save 20% on your airport parking by pre-booking on lacefly.com. So how did we get here to this 1-0 Oakland lead over Hartford Athletic? Well, early on, an opportunity for Oakland, and very quickly, Azekar, 4th minute.
That's Andre Lewis loses possession. Azekar jumps in it and hits it from outside the box. And Otel allows it to sort of go under his right hand. You can see the goalkeeper's body language says he's not happy about it. And it took a while for Hartford to get themselves back in this match, but eventually Andre Lewis just missing that pass to Badadi.
Yeah, Lewis, who had such a magnificent 3-goal outing against Charleston, almost picked up an assist there. Budati was able to break free. He was onside as well.
This is Asher Pollen on the edge of the box here, just whips that one into the far post from Juan Obregon Jr. with a header that goes over the bar. He's going backwards, difficult to get much power and direction on that. And they didn't threaten too much, Hartford, but I do expect a lot more to come from them in the second half. Look at that, just the one shot on target from Hartford. 3 for Oakland Roots.
Possession has narrowed. It was 60-40 at one point in favor of Oakland, but Hartford indeed has fought back in this match. Only the one shot on target, so not an extra heavy first half for Paul Blanchette to deal with. And we take a look at yellow cards even, and just the one offside. And we are ready. It is Hartford Athletic in the blue. Last minute lobbying and discussions with the ref. Whatever little edge you can get.
Absolutely.
Of course, we don't know who initiated that conversation. Did the players start on him? Did he go to the players? I think, was Johnson in on that conversation? Because
and he's on a warning, and maybe that's what the referee was just reminding him about.
So the goal in the 4th minute is all we've had so far. Take a look at Tab Ramos for Hartford. He's had that same look on his face. It almost looks like a shot from about 20 minutes ago. he has kept that visage exactly the same.
He's had a big impact on this team. I think it's 4 wins from the 5 he's been in charge. Just that one match against Loudon that went a little bit wrong for them.
That might be the last time we'll see the official smile till the game is over. And a quick breakout off the start of the half. Budati. The centering pass is headed away. And Barrera didn't get all of that, but they will get a throw in out of it. There's Ramos showing off a little skill.
We were talking about those stats at halftime, and just to add one to that, expected goals, which is a stat many people use these days. 0.47 for the home side, 0.53 for Oakland. Just about a half a goal each, so it's very, very even.
And maybe a chance here. Headed off the line. Martinez looked like he wanted to unload a heavy right-footed shot, but his mind was changed by Hernandez. More pressure here. And Hartford, the opening minute, has been swarming in the Oakland end.
Hartford doing to Oakland what Oakland did to Hartford at the start of the first half. It was one-way traffic. Well, now it's one-way against Oakland routes, but they have the goal. They have something to defend here.
So this Bank of America corner kick will be the captain Barrera, making his 100th appearance for Hartford tonight. That was Dennis who got his head on that. More pressure, though. Lots of pressure. One more time. This looks dangerous.
Some great defending from Daniel Barbier at the back of that post there.
Back of the post, it gets in. That is in. This game is level. That's Tulu.
That's a good header from Tulu. He's got power, so much power that Paul Blanchett couldn't keep it out the back of the net. And it was allowed to cross the line. And what a good start to the second half from Hartford. They've just been flat out attack at Oakland Roots. That ball coming in initially and headed clear by Daniel Barbier, and he was under pressure initially. Then it got recycled back in from Prince Sadie here. And have a look at Blanchett. That definitely goes over the line. No question about that whatsoever. And he wins the battle in the air, does the big man Tulu, and he's got his team back on level pegging.
Blanchett feigning surprise at that, but he was in the net with the ball. So it was an easy decision for the officials that time. It's Tulu's second goal of the year, and Sadie should get his 8th assist. Well, we got a goal in the 4th minute of the first half. Now in the 2nd minute of the second half, we get an equalizer. Somebody might want to tell the Roots the second half started.
We were talking first off about how much more there is to this Hartford side under Tab Ramos, and that we can expect fireworks second half. Well, it didn't take long to light that fuse, and they're pushing forward even more now, the team in blue.
Budati getting around, centering. And this will be a goal kick for Oakland, and maybe a chance to catch their breath. No, it's a corner.
Yeah,
my mistake.
Give him the corner. Well, this is pressure's just building here. And now it's the reverse situation, whereas first half it was soak up the pressure, Hartford, and then get the ball and slowly work your way back in the match. That's what Oakland's going to have to do.
So Johnson. back out to where Andre Lewis is. We'll go right back to Johnson to hustle into position. Clever ball there. Johnson takes off, and it's going to be Martinez. Ariel Martinez lays it off to Johnson. Johnson fires it. It's going to be another corner kick coming up. Incredible pressure being put on in the first 5 minutes by Hartford.
Brilliant by Hartford. If they only played this way earlier in the season, they might be in the playoffs. They're certainly ending the season well.
And Charlie Dennis getting it in the air and temporarily taking some of the heat off, but not completely. And Andre Lewis putting that one into one of the tents.
It's very optimistic. Andre Lewis must have been all of 35 yards out. It's going to have to be a screamer in the top corner even to have a chance of beating someone like Paul Blanchette. Maybe it just shows you the confidence running through their veins at the moment, the Hartford players. They look at this pressure, the high press, blue shirts everywhere, and they get the ball back.
They turn it right over, and Blanchette coming well off the line. He's had enough. We have Obregon shaken up as he launched himself over Blanchette, who had come out to play the ball.
That was great pressure from Hartford, winning that ball over just outside the box. So many blue shirts. And straight away to Obregon Jr. here, and he was already falling. So there was no foul, certainly from the goalkeeper's point of view, there was no foul. He went for the ball. But you can see Obregon Jr. went flying up in the air. For that 6 blue shirts, I can see just eventually Blanchette just decides to kick it long because it's too risky to play it short.
It's the first time we've seen the ball in this half of the field, and it's not there very long. What a start for Hartford Athletic. There's some folks still making their way back to their seats who missed the goal that tied the game by Tulu.
This is a crucial phase of the game for Oakland Roots with their playoff hopes hanging on a win here tonight. They can't afford to go down 2-1. They've got to get themselves back in the match, stem the flow and turn it around and get back on the front foot.
And still more heat being applied. Barrera. Budati and Johnson, everybody pressing forward right now for Hartford as they go for broke. And why not? That's turned over, and perhaps a chance for the Roots to get some sea legs. They have been overwhelmed in the opening moments of the second half. And stolen again. Budati getting it over to Barrera. Martinez stumbled a bit over the ball. Hartford Athletic would like to thank founding partners Trinity Health of New England, Stanley Black & Decker, Travelers, and the Hartford for their continued support of the side and of the greater Hartford community. With Gary Bailey, I'm Dave Lamont. Hope you're enjoying this USL Championship match as this regular season winds down. Oakland with just 1 game left in the regular season after this. Will they have more games? A lot depends on this result tonight. They win out and they are in. If they do not get the full 3 tonight and either get 1 or 0, then they're going to have to sit around and watch scoreboards.
Well, this is a tough Oakland Roots side. We mentioned how they were 1-0 down at home to Birmingham and won 2-1. They drew 1-1 at Colorado Springs after being down 1-0, and that's a difficult place to go to at altitude with Mishi Galina running at you at every direction. And they still come away with a point.
Dennis looking for Carlson, and Yanagettel with a very aggressive play on his own right. Distributes to Lewis. And Andre Lewis coming off a hat trick in the last game. Martinez, who had a brace in that game, and he is taken down. Indy 11 has gone up 2-1 on Charleston in the second half. And Tampa Bay leading Loudoun 2-0 as they approach halftime.
This is Fred Mayor just leaving a little calling card in there. Not much, but enough to see Ariel Martinez hit the ground.
Not enough for a card, but mentioned the temperature. If you're just joining us, it's in the high 40s now. There's actually a frost warning for some parts of the area overnight. And this looks a touch worse than we first thought. To the point where the referee will intervene.
This is where the player has to decide, do they go off the pitch for treatment, or do they just get up and play on? But at 36 years of age, he's taken a lot of damage to those ankles, no doubt, has Ariel Martinez. 31 caps for Cuba and 8 goals in his time with the national team.
Well, he'll have to come off and wait for permission, I assume, to return to the match. Yep, there he goes. Saw the old-fashioned freeze spray out, man. I haven't seen that in a long time.
Here's trouble for Hartford. Rito, more assists than anybody else there at Oakland Roots.
So it looks like he is ready to enter the match. And Martinez waiting for his return. He is back. And we'll get that Oakland sub and see who's going to come out as Edgardo Rito will come in, the Venezuelan. Good sliding tackle, and actually that ball got somehow. I thought that ball was going to be tackled away, and it almost turned into a good opportunity there for Hartford. Everything breaking their way. And Blanchette has had enough. Hand fighting going on there. It's going to be in favor of Hartford. They quickly put the ball back into play, not even allowing the substitute to take to the field. Where Stanley Formella will be the player replaced by Rito when he comes in.
Both sides obviously have the option to start bringing on subs throughout the second half when legs start to tire.
There was an example right there. He just flat tripped, did Obregon. And now we'll get that substitution in. So Formella will check out. And Edgardo Rito will be in, number 72.
Rito is such a dangerous player. 5 goals and 7 assists. Tough for Formella to come off, but he just battled to get into the game the last few minutes, and they obviously feel they need to strengthen the structures, maybe play 3 at the back, have Rito take his normal wing-back position, and allow Memo Diaz to join in with the other centre-back. So maybe they'll push him forward. We'll have to wait and see how they structure it. But they've got more of a midfield player to replace a striker.
Well, this is Rito's first appearance as a substitute. He's had 29 starts in 29 appearances. Still in play, and no longer. Since 2018, the fix has been Hartford County's leading wellness spa. Whether you need a quick B12 shot to increase energy or a vitamin infusion to rehydrate, this is the place to reset your mind and body. Shot and a goal! It is Carlson's 19th, and he tucks it in the side. Right in the low corner to the keeper's left.
That's a brilliant finish from Otar Carlson. Just turns, has a little bit of space to operate in, and picks his spot right in the corner for his 19th goal of the season. What a vital one this could be in terms of playoff host, but just gets away from the tackles and hooks it back to that goalkeeper's left-hand side. It's a good finish. It's a disguised shot as well. as he bends it into the corner, but he just finds that little bit of space, angles it away. Great finish. And for his 19th goal, and this could be his most important.
Well, you talked about Oakland's resiliency. You talked about it since we started tonight. And there is the perfect example. That's really the first time they've even been close to the box, close to putting any kind of pressure on Hartford. And Carlson delivering with yet another surgical strike. And Hartford immediately counterattacking, forcing Blanchette to come off the line, and wisely so.
It's interesting, there was the moment Rito came on, they were suddenly on the front foot, Oakland. They believe in this player so much. He scores, a turnover ball.
Yeah, now Martinez will come charging, gets loose, makes another move to get loose, is taken down. And now a little pushing and shoving going on, waiting for the official. Is he pointing to the spot or is he not? Right now there's a ton of chaos and more pushing, and there's the chippiness you talked about as well.
It looks like he's not given the penalty. He's given it against Hartford for the dive for Ariel Martinez. I'm not sure. I'm trying to read between the lines. There's so many bodies here.
Well,
but the fact the blue shirts are upset, you assume it's gone against Hartford and against Ariel Martinez.
Yeah, the crowd is hostile about this as well. Martinez made a couple of sweet moves to get free and then fell in the box. We'll get a good look at a replay once this all settles down. But yeah, Gary, you're dead right. This is not going the way Hartford thought.
Well, let's have a look at it, because let's see if there is any contact. Ariel Martinez, so clever, gets inside here, cuts inside. There is a sliding tackle coming in from Morad. The question is there contact with Martinez at that point there? Ooh, hard to tell.
And you see the referee, second, he has a yellow card in his hand.
Yeah, he's convinced straight away, and he's closer than we are. I can't even tell from the replay, but the referee was in no hesitation. Elvis Osmanovic didn't have any doubt whatsoever that that was a dive.
And so Martinez gets the yellow for the dive. And a huge break, because you never know how that could have easily gone the other way.
Oh, absolutely. Little reminder there, Oakland losing possession on the edge of their box, and Ariel Martinez nearly punished them.
Things have gotten pretty wacky in this half, and expect them to get wackier. Again, Carlson, this time he lays it off, and there's a rip that's going to be well off the mark by Diaz.
Diaz has got to hit target there. There was a chance for one Azakar to shoot. He leaves it for Diaz. You got time, you got to pick your spot.
I thought Carlson was going to shoot again.
Yes, yeah, and that's why he was annoyed that the others didn't hit target, because he let it go to give them a chance.
We've had 2 goals in this half. The Roots took the lead into the dressing room at halftime, up by 1-0. Flourish Catering is a proud sponsor of Hartford Athletic. Feed your team, clients, or guests like professional athletes, and let Flourish Catering provide healthy and delicious meal solutions for your next meeting. There's a ball here for Azakar, and more danger from Oakland.
Wow, what a chance for Azakar. Great near post run, beautiful ball put in. He is such a dangerous player, bombing into the box one, Azakar, the Venezuelan. But this is Rito again. Look at the difference he has made. What a ball. Gets enough on it, just gets it a bit too high. They have been 2 of the best signings in the USL, have one Azakar and his compatriot Rito, both Venezuelans.
Memo Diaz kind of ad-libbing with the right foot there. Carlson, as deadly as he is, you expect every shot to be on frame, and that one didn't miss by much.
It did not. That was a great strike. I mean, that's not easy. It's coming out the air. You've got a volley at Memo Diaz. And have a look when it comes to Carlson out the air with bodies coming at him, and he's missed that far post literally by inches. Very similar to the goal he scored against Birmingham when the header came out and he hit it with his left foot from a similar position.
When you're a good player, the ball sometimes will find you.
Well, it nearly found the back of the net there, but it's still only a one-goal game. Super exciting.
Yeah, this has been a spectacular second half. Hartford came out full bore attack and received an equalizer 2 minutes into the half. But Oakland has bounced back. They will say it one more time. If they win out and they have to play at Pittsburgh next week, Oakland Roots will be in the playoffs for the second straight year. Hartford out of the playoff picture in the East, but a feisty side to say the least. Budati into traffic, but headed easily off the line. He'll get it back. We have yet to see a substitution from Hartford Athletic.
They've got a couple of good options on the bench. For Sean Daly, if they need to get that equalizing goal, is certainly a good option. A player I haven't seen much of, Robin Lapierre from France. Could be a surprise addition, and Luca Perper, of course, we know how good he is in midfield for Hartford.
Tulu aggressively marking the ball, and a quick word from the referee to Azekar. In the meantime, Hartford continues to attack. And almost the tying goal right there.
It's a fantastic near post ball to put in, and that just flashes wide of Paul Blanchet's goal. This is a danger that Hartford pose when they go wide. Look at that ball at the near post, and Andre Lewis, the hat-trick man from the last match, nearly gets in on the end of Prince Sadie's cross into the box. Brilliant run from Andre Lewis, and looks like he's picked up a bit of a knock in the process.
Yeah, I didn't see how he landed a little awkwardly and near those advertising boards. And the referee is now calling for the athletic training staff to come out to take a look at Lewis, who's hobbled, unfortunately, just a touch. Westfield Bank is proud to support Hartford Athletic and all they do to make our communities better. Need more convenience from your bank? At Westfield Bank, you can bank your way. Learn more at westfieldbank.com, and we play on. More pressure from Hartford. Martinez is dangerous as a scorer and distributor. And Martinez goes down there on the touch, and a little bit of conversation, and immediately first thing I noticed was the Hartford bench getting up to cool Martinez off.
Everyone's gonna have to keep their cool. Tulu was very quick to try and jump in there, and there's a lot of clever players out there who can wind you up. And you can't afford to take the bait, especially Hartford's point of view. Martinez, did he just have a little kick out there against Daniel Barbier? Not quite sure. Yeah,
just a touch.
You can't do that. It's all part of the game. A little chirpy, the chirps, the little comments, pushes and shoves. Just accept them and move on.
I was interested in the reaction of the bench. Everybody got up.
Seems like there's some subs getting ready for Hartford to get some fresh legs on.
They're in no real hurry to launch this kick. The referee getting in a position now he can watch the scrum. And now he gives the whistle, ready to go. It'll be Barrera for Budati, who was able to get there. Far post, set up, swept away. More danger, and a header, a flying effort by Jadama. Goes into the crowd.
That was a brilliant set play from Hartford. That was all prepared for Budadi down that right-hand side, and he gets that cross into the far post. Absolutely stunning, and it gets whipped back in here, and Jadama just unable to manage it, but that was the second opportunity. There was one before that straight from the free kick, and they're really asking questions, Hartford, of this Oakland defense.
Well, their set pieces are creative.
Very good. They've been doing some good work there, Tab Ramos and his coaching staff.
And they have unveiled quite a bit tonight against Oakland. Highly entertaining match this has been, with great implications in the Western Conference playoff race involving Oakland roots. And Martinez let that through, maybe thinking there was somebody there. And Azekar, Martinez grabs him a little bit. Azekar, Martinez bump. Keep an eye on that one for later.
Yeah, keep an eye on all of them. This is going to get chippier by the minute. Oakland have their lead. They've got their position going into the playoffs. They've got what they want. And they're going to make it extremely difficult for Hartford to take it away. A lot of professional pride on the line here tonight.
That's what I love about this match, is that Hartford playing for next year, but they're actually playing for right now. They want these 3 points just as badly as Oakland does. Dennis. Careful there. You've got Diaz hanging around looking for leftovers. Oakland will be ready to substitute here at the next opportunity. Kimfeka will be coming out of the match. Lewis. Gets there first. Johnson got there first, but it's going to be swept away. Nane should be coming in. Joseph Nane. But he's having to wait, and we mentioned that Hartford may be getting ready to make their first changes of the match. So the next dead ball we might have, or we may have a dead ball here, as we have a Hartford player shaken up, should be getting back up, and is. There was a hip check. Yeah, you've got to call that. I'm sorry, but, and there's Johnson. At last he gets the yellow card he's been waiting for, Gary.
And the referee gave him 1, 2, 3, 4 fingers there to tell him that's exactly how many times that you have made fouls that have been borderline, and they've all totted up, and that was it. Yellow card there for Joel Johnson.
You know, hockey season is about to start. That would have been a terrific check in the National Hockey League, but it does not work in this sport. So there's Nane.
He's a big player, Joseph Nane, the Cameroonian, and experienced at 34 years of age, and no doubt he's coming in just to win the ball and try and control the middle of the pitch.
Well, here's Purpa coming into the match for Andre Lewis. So Luca Purpa, number 11. Lewis was a little bit shaken up after a diving effort, a sliding effort, I should say. So you get some great legs and some great talent in Luca Purpa. And Dennis, who survived that hip check, which is fine. Throw in coming up should be for Hartford, and is.
Well, for Oakland, just over 15 minutes of hard work to try and seal this one.
Well, one more goal would seal it too. And Hartford survived a player who slipped, trying to go after the ball. Little nutmeg there, but it ends up turned over for Hartford Athletic, and here they come. And it's intercepted. Very anticlimactic as Morad comes away with it.
Vito just threatening down that right-hand side. Powerful runner, such a good player. Again, from the moment he came on the pitch, they looked a lot better side, Oakland Roots, a lot more belief, and they got that go-ahead goal.
They've settled down, too. In the first 5 or 6 minutes of this, they were in serious trouble when Hartford got the equalizer. Hartford Athletic will hang on here just a moment because here's Azokar breaking free. Azokar chips. The goal is open. There's nobody there, and they don't have the angle.
How did he miss it? I'm trying to figure out. I thought he had it. I thought he'd done all the hard work. Got past the goalkeeper, and there was still an angle, and he's thumped the ball as opposed to just tapping it into the net. Maybe he got past the post, but what a chance for Azokar to finish this game off.
Yeah, 3-1 would have been hard for Hartford to overcome with the time remaining. And we'll have a free kick coming up in a dangerous position. Give me a second to tell you that Hartford Athletic would like to thank our founding partner, Stanley Black & Decker. Stay tuned each week for the Stanley Innovative Play of the Game, and might come up right here.
Have a look at this. Azokar gets ahead of the Tulu, goes around the goalkeeper. He almost tries to hit it too hard. He's simply going to knock it back because Carlson's there. Just knock it back to Carlson. Look at Carlson saying, just give it to me. You don't have to try and score from there.
Carlson could have touched it with his shoe, and that would have been it.
Carlson could have got on his knees and headed it over if he just knocks it back. What a chance.
Wow.
Bit of a rush of blood there to Azokar's head.
So you see that Nane come in for Mfika.
Look at the size of Nane. He's a big unit. His job is going to be just to anchor down that midfield, get into a defensive position, you would think. Try and defend the high ball as well.
6'2", out of Cameroon. Barrera, that's a handball. Hernandez didn't mean to do it. But it is still a handball. So they inch a little closer. And I'm not sure why you would continue to argue this. You should just get yourself set up.
Yeah, I think they're arguing about stopping the quick free kick, and they're entitled to until the referee tells them that he's going to make the attacking team stick to the whistle, which I think is what he said. So he will now step out the 10 yards, and they will not be allowed to take a quick free kick until the referee blows his whistle. So that's what that little skirmish is often about. Yeah, it does hit the yard. There's no, it's very close. So it's a free kick with nothing more. I agree, but it's a dangerous free kick for Paul Blanchette.
Well, they try to go on frame with this at this position. I don't see why not. You've got Barrera, the captain, with the left foot, or will you go with the right foot here? It's Barrera, and Blanchette with a spectacular save. That would have been Barrera's 16th goal as a Hartford Athletic player in his career, which he's reached 100 games tonight. It would have been a memorable one for sure.
Nice save from Blanchette, moving across his goal. Decent height, but gets there, pushes the ball away from danger. And he made some very good saves last match against Birmingham, if you exclude the error.
Boy, that was nearly a fatal mistake. And a great job by Funmeyer to get rid of it. At least relieve some of the pressure.
Just mentioning Blanchette, he had a really good match last match against Birmingham, other than the mistake for the goal. And once again, he's proving what a good goalkeeper he is.
Marked. Martinez seems to always be in the middle of something for this Hartford Athletic team.
Look at the work as a car is doing there. Sprinting, not running, sprinting from player to player. Oakland know it's just over 10 minutes to go, and this win could see them get a playoff place. And if not, it'll take them very close to a playoff place. So these players in green and yellow running themselves into the ground for their club. There's that save again. Nice height. Expect him to make the save. Reads it well, gets across his goal.
RGV and Phoenix have begun. So they're no longer scoreboard watching. They need Oakland to not get the 3 points, especially RGV. Phoenix, if they lose, however, are completely out of the playoffs. Oakland, if they get 3, if they hold on, will move into 5th place. Maybe temporarily, but further cementing their chance. And if they win out, they're in. Hartford Athletic would like to thank Connecticut's own Ripe Bar Juice, the official cocktail mixer of Hartford Athletic. Well, you paid for your ticket tonight. You've been entertained.
Well, we said it would be like that in the second half. So much at stake here, and Hartford players playing for a contract, playing for a new manager, and they want to prove a point or two.
Obregon will check out. And Jaceel Cedeno will come in. Cedeno making his 10th appearance of the year, looking for his first goal. Ecuador, formerly with Red Bulls 2. I don't know, Gary, you just get the sense something else wild is going to happen before we get that last whistle. I don't know what it's going to be. We could get, whatever it is, but I just expect something is going to happen here that's going to be memorable.
It might have something to do with red cards. We hope not.
I hope not. But I just don't know.
Tempers are going to get frayed towards the end of this match, you would think. There's so much on the line. With that goal by Otar Carlson, he goes level with Philip Goodrum at 19 goals in second place on the goal scorers charts.
Chip here. Blanchett had eyes on that from the start.
It's a poor cross. Goes straight to the goalkeeper. All the momentum going out of the attack. It's not just the cross is poor. You've given it away to the opposition, and a goalkeeper who could just hold it, slow the game down, and boot at the length of the pitch.
A pretty good ball here for Cedeno, but it's marked by Fuenmeyer. But Cedeno, having just come on, looking like a guy who's been waiting to play all night. Gets it back for Martinez. He tries to distribute it softly to Perpa. And, ooh, that's clever. Boy, Azekar is just playing his heart out tonight. Up Carlson with a rare whiff, but he got it back with Dennis. Dama gets rid of it. Ooh, that's another nice move there. Prince Sadie. Now Martinez. Pushed it ever so slightly.
Goes down again, Ariel Martinez. Once again, the officials ignore him. They don't see enough contact to warrant going to ground.
People standing in the crowd for these final minutes. There's a whistle in favor of Hartford. The Performance Lab is an all-inclusive model that brings the latest technologies for pain relief, wellness, and mobility together under one roof. With one-on-one treatments and a customized approach to fit your needs, the Performance Lab will get you moving and feeling your best. Budati has been tricky up that right-hand side. Johnson. there was potential there for Cedeno, but Morad got there first.
And if this result holds, it'll be a tough one for Hartford to end the season at home with a loss. Their final game is Lou City away. Tough to get anything there at Lynn Family Stadium. So after a good run of 4 wins in the last 5 for Tabramas, it might be a bit of a low to end the season. But as he said, he's looking at contracts and players, and he's not worried as much about results. He wants the results, of course, but he wants to know which players are worth keeping for next season.
So a corner kick coming up, and we have seen such creativity from Hartford Athletic tonight in set pieces. What do they have up their sleeves here?
Well, this should be a hard break for Oakland Roots if they concede now with 5 minutes to go.
Watch for Johnson there, number 30, who just joined the fray. They come out kind of low. Martinez heads it out of play.
Does so well, Ariel Martinez, to get ahead of the others and get the flick on. Just can't direct it. The idea is just to give it a very gentle redirection. You don't have to change too much. You just want to give it a slight change so it lands in the middle of the box and gives the rest of your strikers a chance to get on the end of it. Unfortunately for Ariel Martinez, he gets too much on it and it goes straight out for a goal kick.
And Blanchette will just unload on this one. Cedeno. Clever little pass, but Oakland steals. Watch for Carlson there in the middle 22. Azekar sprinting. Carlson didn't quite get control. Thought he was passing to Azekar, but instead he turned it over. And that switch is just too much. And a throw in for the Roots.
Done so well, Oakland Roots, since going 2-1 up in the 59th minute. That's 1/3 of the game. They've had to defend that lead, and with 4 minutes to go, they've done a great job. They've worked so hard, closed down all the angles, tried to limit the amount of damage that Hartford could do. I think they've done that really well. To be fair, Azekar should have either scored the third or set it up for Carlson to got the third. That would have made it a lot easier for all the Oakland Roots fans watching at home.
Yeah, they'll laugh about that one later if they hold on.
Yeah, exactly. There's no guarantee of that with this Hartford team. That what was that stat? They've scored 3 goals in 5 of the last, at least 3 goals in 5 of the last 6 matches.
18 goals in 6. 6 in their last match against Charleston Battery, who ended up being a little liberal defensively tonight also. They're losing 4-1 to Indy 11. Tampa Bay 3-0 up on Loudon in the second half. Nothing happening on the scoreboard yet in RGV. In Phoenix, they've played 12 minutes. Trying to work that into Carlson, but he was well marked. But man, be careful there. Carlson is just hanging around, looking to pick up if you make a mistake. Hartford Athletic is proud to team up, Stop and Shop, and all of our community efforts. We work together year-round to fight against food insecurity. Budati. And the captain in his 100th match, Barrera, trying to pick up an assist there, couldn't do it. But Carlson, they tried to knock him off the ball. A great pass here for Azekar. To Carlson. And unable to do much with that as he was very well marked.
Brilliant from Carlson, though. The holding up with the ball in the first plays it wide to Azekar, sprints into the center. If Azekar had seen him a bit earlier, he was free. That's fantastic play from the captain up front for Oakland Roots.
To think about the guys who are going to end up playing the full 90 plus, and their energy level is still as if this game just started. People like Budati, Martinez, Carlson, Azekar. It's just been amazing to watch. Barrera as well for Hartford.
It has both sides. You've got to give both teams and their management credit for a total commitment to the cause, but Oakland Roots are the ones who have the lead, and they're defending it really well. And as I say that, they lose the ball, but up until that moment, defended it really well.
And Dennis Bottom's another guy, Charlie Dennis, who has played and will play, looks like, the full 90 plus. Stoppage time, what will that be? That's going to be a critical decision from the referee. Looks like Oakland's going to go to the bench one last time with Clementa. Dottie and Martinez. Martinez left it on the doorstep by accident, got it back. Carlson. Now that's a shot from distance. It's a time waster.
Well, he knew that Oakland was way off his line, but it's got to be one hell of a strike to get that over the keeper in the back of the net.
And Azakar has given it his all. So Clementa will come in for him. So Johnny Rodriguez, there he is, and looks like Carlson will come out. 19th goal of the season for Carlson.
Fantastic performance over the season, fantastic performance here today from Otar Carlson, and his goal might just have got them into the playoffs here, Oakland Roots, if they can, well, just 6 minutes at a time.
Oh, it's Brignoli Vineyard stoppage time as well. 6 minutes. Great news for Hartford, bad news for Oakland.
No rush for Paul Blanchett. Going to take his time, work this clock down as much as he can without getting a yellow card. So close now, Oakland Roots. And this will put them in a great position. From here, you've got to really fancy their chances of making the playoffs.
They'll pick up 3 if they can keep this result. Still without a goal in RGV versus Phoenix, but they're only 17 minutes into the match. Phoenix trying to keep their slim hopes alive. RGV has a better chance, but this isn't helping them one bit, this result right here. They do not have the tie break over Oakland.
If they get this, keep this result, Oakland, it'll be 4 wins and a draw from their last 5 matches. What great form. Great credit to Noah Delgado and his management team. Never easy taking over, especially from someone like Juan Guerra, who's got a great reputation and is a personal friend of Noah Delgado.
Bugatti made a sweet move there, and Barrera had it for the moment. And Rodriguez is going to go ahead and fire away, and Rodriguez will clinch it! The youngster!
That's a brilliant finish from Johnny Rodriguez. Look at the celebration there. They've done it, Oakland Roots. That has got to be it. Victory and the 3 points. But the awareness from Johnny Rodriguez to have a go at the defense, see the goalkeeper Yannick Otla off his line, and then the quality of the shot to get it over the keeper and under the crossbar. But look how he battles for this ball against Tulu. He fights for it, sees the goalkeeper off his line, and what a great finish. And the German goalkeeper at full stretch can't pull it out the back of the net. And that is it. Game, set, and match for Oakland Roots.
Just into the match for Carlson. So the striker position yielding a couple of goals tonight for Oakland Roots and Noah Delgado. They'll get their 3 points. And Rodriguez, my, what poise and what touch.
And he had to battle for that. That wasn't a given. That was more Tulu who was the most likely to win that ball, but he manages to bump the big centre back, get the ball, and then have the awareness and the quality to finish. Here they come again.
Well, why not? Rodriguez sprinting to a spot. And that's going to go out of play.
And in the live table, Oakland Roots are now in 5th position. And if the results go their way, they are virtually guaranteed a playoff spot. What a change of events for Oakland Roots with this wonderful run of 4 wins and a draw in the last 5. What a way to end the season.
Well, what a spectacular second half this has been. There's so much on the line for Oakland, and they received so much resistance from Hartford Athletic, who fought to the very, very end.
There was one moment, the turning point for me was when the Ariel Martinez, when he was given the yellow and not the penalty, because when he went down, I thought there was more likely to be a penalty, as we see Blanchett come and take that.
Yep, Tulu.
It certainly, I think Tulu might have just caught his knee on the way through. But imagine if that Martinez one had been given as a penalty, and it was a difficult call for referee Elvis Osmanovic. He was determined and clear that it was, in his opinion, a dive, but not an easy call. If he'd have given the penalty, it could have been a totally different result. But no doubt we'll hear from Tab Ramos about that after the game, and from Martinez himself.
I think I know what he's going to say. Ramos maybe will look at it, maybe he'll be more clinical about it, but I'm pretty sure Martinez is convinced, no matter what you may show him on video evidence, that he was robbed.
And the game for referees so difficult. They can only see with their eye. There's no TV, there's no VAR, nothing. They're going to make a split-second decision. And in that moment, even with a replay, I'm looking at it thinking, did he touch him, did he not? If you're not sure, you can't give it. And that's the bottom line. The referee's not sure, he couldn't give the penalty. What surprised me, he was absolutely sure it was a dive, and he gave the yellow card. But in terms of the result of the match, if you're not sure it's a pen, as a ref, just can't give it.
Could have sworn I just saw No Delgado tapping his wrist. Like, where's my whistle? He's got it. And Oakland gets 3 goals, and most importantly, 3 points, as an offside was called there. So it's just a matter of seconds here for Oakland Roots. In fact, I thought that whistle was the final whistle, frankly.
Well, it will be any moment now.
Like maybe right now? Well, I guess Tulu, brief medical issue, has given the referee a few more seconds to enjoy the match. He has checked his watch again. Well, Elvis is ready to leave the building, and Oakland will leave the building with 3 points.
Well done, Oakland Roots. What a performance, what a victory, what a battle, and credit, I think, to Hartford Athletic for coming back in the start of the second half. But look at the hugs there from the Oakland Roots side. The managers shake hands, and Tab Ramos will be very happy with the way his team came back at the start of the second half, but they just couldn't stop Oakland from scoring. And there is their captain and the goal scorer of the second goal, Otto Carlson. And that second goal was the all-crucial one. What a great strike it was from him, left-foot strike. Tough for Tulu. He helped get them back in the match with his goal, but credit to Oakland Roots, who are now 5th in the live table in the West.
Well, this game was fantastic. You saw the save there on the Barrera free kick. That was a dangerous moment as well in the second half. And the Roots pick up 3 points to get them ever closer to wrapping up a spot in the USL playoffs, presented by Hisense. We'll be back in a moment.
You've got a life to live, and you don't want to miss a beat. But sometimes it happens. And Trinity Health of New England is ready with comprehensive cardiovascular expertise delivered with commitment and compassion throughout our network of hospitals and physician offices. So when you trust your care to Trinity, you won't have to hope for the best. You can set your heart on it. Trinity Health of New England. Care that's always there.
So you see the final, Oakland picking up 3 points and getting closer to nailing down a spot in the Western Conference playoffs. Fans here had to be completely entertained, even though a majority of them are disappointed in the result. But Hartford players giving their all, the shirts off their backs in this match for a tremendous effort, but it will not result in any points for Hartford Athletic, Gary. But boy, this was a fun game to watch.
Was it brilliant? Was a great start from Oakland Roots on the front foot. Ball into the box here, gets cleared. And then Andre Lewis here doesn't control it properly. One Azakar grabs it, strikes it under the goalkeeper's body, back of the net, and visitors are 1-0 ahead.
That only took 4 minutes before we had on the board. We go into the dressing room with that score, but Hartford came out like a swarm of hornets.
They did. This cross isn't cleared at the far post here. They all slow down, Oakland Roots. Prince Sadie goes all the way. He's going to stick it back to the far post. Tulu's going to climb big and strong, heads it down, and nothing Paul Blanchett can do to keep that from crossing the line.
You see Blanchett was inside the net as he makes that save effort, and an easy, clear decision for the referee. Tulu with the second goal of the year.
And then it was touch and go. We weren't quite sure which way it was going to move, but Otar Colson with this little moment of magic turns, gets away from the two blue shirts and hooks it back the other direction past the goalkeeper into the back of the net. And that for me was the big turning point. Great bit of skill from the man who's now joint second in the goal scorers charts in the USL.
That was number 19 for him. We go into stoppage time, and this is a stunner.
Yeah, Johnny Rodriguez on his sub pushes big Tulu there and gets the ball, but straight away hits it. Goalkeeper's off his line and can't get back in time. What a strike, and from that distance out to get it over the keeper. No wonder they all hug him.
So that's the very latest. And right now it is still 0-0 with RGV and Phoenix. So now if RGV wins, they bump ahead of Oakland. But nevertheless, Phoenix fighting for their playoff lives. Oakland gets a little firmer grip on a spot for the USL Championship playoffs presented by Hisense. The top 7 will make it in. We should mention that El Paso plays tonight against Orange County. Las Vegas plays against Miami. And Los Angeles, believe it or not, Los Dos still with an outside chance. They are going up against Atlanta United 2. So a spectacular evening for the fans in Hartford. Not a spectacular result for their team. An intense match. Oakland earned these 3 points tonight. Hartford Athletic fought them to the very bitter end. But Oakland was just too good, getting goals from Azakar, Carlson, and then Rodriguez to overcome that header by Tulu. Great match tonight. I want to thank my partner Gary Bailey and all of our group. I'm Dave Lamont. Thank you for watching USL Championship Soccer. Good night.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.